welcome back to the Soul to Soul podcast. You got Lisa, Louie, and MBJ live. We are tapping into psychedelic drugs. Woo! Whatever we calling it. Mushrooms, LSD, marijuana, all the natural, kind of natural, halfway natural things and our experiences with them or lack thereof. I'll go ahead and start. I smoked weed when I was a teenager for a few years. Got pregnant, said forget it. My body stopped craving it and everything. So yeah, I'm glad about that as I got older. But the experiences tended to be very similar to when I started meditating about 6 years ago. When I really got into consistently meditating and elevating and healing my spiritual journey, evolving and things like that, like the experiences with the way my brain was operating, opening the pineal gland. People would ask me you act like you on drugs or something. You act like you on coke. You be so happy and energetic and You do drugs, you smoke weed, you drunk, you been drinking, and I'll be like, no, I'm just happy, dang, you know, meditating to do some things to you, you know. So, but yeah, it was exciting. It was a good thing to hear that you were experiencing. I'm not gonna say I was getting the same experiences exactly with some things that I've heard about experience with trips and stuff like that with LSD and other things. But certain things, it was like, yeah, oh, you feel like that? Oh, you seen that? Oh, you heard that? Oh, you dreamt this? Oh, you dreamt that? Oh, I had the same experiences and, I just meditate. So it's powerful. It's power in meditating, for real. What about you? Your experiences with what you indulged in some drugs?
Absolutely. So my journey started young. I started smoking weed, reefer, marijuana at 8 years old. And I remember,
8?
Yeah, we was staying in the louiie town.
Dang.
And my mom and them used to have, my mom and stepdaddy, they used to have friends over and they would be smoking weed. And so, louiie town had the little townhouses, so we stayed in a townhouse. Okay. And so I would come down the steps and kind of hang down the steps, and I'd be kind of peeking down there, and I'd be watching them and rolling up the weed and the zigzag papers and, easy water papers and the way they licked it and did all that and the way they smoked it. So they did all this type of stuff, right? They had the little shoe box. And so, I mimicked what I saw. And so they had the little tweezers for the roaches. And so I took the roaches and I would open them up, put them in the papers, and I would roll up the joint, and I'd be like,
wait, what?
Yeah, so sometimes I'll just put the whole roach in there, and I'll roll it up.
And you got high?
Yeah, I got high. And
What'd you feel?
And I was like buzzed, and I used to do the same thing I saw them do. So every time I would hear, and I would
For no reason.
I would do that for no reason. And so then, I was like, man, because the leaves was real crunchy, right? And sometimes you used to burn the leaves, it kind of gave a little aroma, kind of similar to marijuana. I was like, man, I'm gonna go smoke me some leaves. And so I tried smoking leaves, and I used the writing paper, right? And I was like, ooh, this burned my lungs and my throat and my nose. I was like, this ain't right. I think I probably did some damage back then because I used to smoke. And I did it more than once.
Sound about right.
Smoke.
When you were a kid, get some regular paper and roll it up.
Yeah, I smoked leaves. They was real crunchy, And so then it moved from that. And then, but my family, grandmother, I used to always drink. I remember when I was 10 years old, my grandmother was my drinking buddy. And so we would watch Perry Mason and the Twilight Zone, and we have pumpkin seeds, and she'd be like, baby, go get me a glass and Pepsi and some ice and get you one too. and we be like rum, E&J, be back there lit. I'm 10 years old, lit with my grandmother, popping pumpkin seeds and watching Perry Mason and Alfred Hitchcock and the Twilight Zone. And so early on, we was, just opened up to that world. And so later on, I just kept smoking weed.
When I was smoking as a teenager, it made me paranoid. I never got used to it.
Oh yeah, I sold weed and I smoked it. So I would always, when I sold weed, I would make sure that I had enough bags where I make a profit. And then the rest, I would just roll up blunts. That's when the blunts was the cigars, the big blunts. So I would have like 3 blunts. I'd just smoke them by myself and just kind of chill out and smoke those blunts. And I think I was like 16.
Dang, that's a lot of weed.
Yeah. 16. And then of course I was a little young alcoholic as well. I used to drink a lot. I was an alcoholic. I drank a lot. And so,
just because you was used to it, you wasn't trying to suppress nothing?
No, I just drank because that's what I did,
And why you stop?
And because I remember when I was 19, I was on papers at the time because I caught some drug cases. And but no, that ain't right. That's not right. My 19th Earth Day, I had dark and light liquor. And I just mixed all kind of drinks together. I just mixed everything. E&J, Bumpy Face, Earthy Jerk.
You made a jungle juice.
Crown, Laze, Thunderbird. I just mixed so many drinks together and I paid for it. And
you almost died.
I was like, oh.
I ain't never drinking again.
I wouldn't promise I won't drink again, And so that was my introduction to sobriety. And so I didn't never want to feel like that again. So I stopped drinking. But at 16, that was 19, 16. And I was out there selling crack. And I was like, man, all these people, why are they so tripping off this crack? So I tried, being around, drug addicts. They get the antenna. They get the Brillo pad, stuff it in there, and then they put the crack on top of there. They light it up, and I did it. I tried crack, and I smoked it, and I was like, oh, it did nothing for me.
For real?
I wasn't high or nothing, so I was like, okay. I tried it one time, and it didn't do nothing for me. I was like, I don't even know why they tripping. Yeah, that was God saving me, Yeah, I tried it. And,
dang, it didn't do nothing.
It didn't do nothing.
Maybe you was high and didn't know it.
No.
Did you get high around somebody?
Weed.
No, did you when you did that? When you tried that?
I did it by myself.
Maybe if you was around somebody, they probably could have told you, looking from the outside, if you had
I didn't feel any different.
You didn't feel nothing.
No, I didn't feel no different. And that's why I said, hey, it was nothing.
Dang, your body was just fought it off.
Yep, and I watched it. I just smoked it, and I watched how it burned and how the smoke go in and it turned red. And I would just watch it.
You probably did something wrong.
No, listen, I done seen enough people smoke crack.
Yeah.
Because I used to be in them crack houses. I used to sleep in the crack houses, so I'd have been in enough crack houses selling dope. I know how to do it. But that was my only hard thing that I've done. I never tried any other drug other than that.
Mushrooms?
No.
Psychedelic mushrooms?
No, never, didn't have to.
LSD?
Oh, edibles. Oh my God.
He said.
Oh my God. Listen.
It's like weed times 10. I heard people say that they way more stronger than weed.
It's all in your digestive system. It's everywhere in your bloodstream. There's no way you got to wait that out. I made a mistake, and I've talked about this. I went to Denver.
Y'all should see him. Do y'all see his facial expressions?
With a friend of mine. No, the first time. See, I didn't learn from the first time. So this young lady, we was kicking it, and she said, "Oh yeah, you can eat the rest of it." So I'm thinking, she's saying, okay, this was back in 2010, right? 2011. She had some edibles, some chocolate edibles. She said, oh yeah, you can eat the rest of it. So I'm thinking, oh, okay, I could just eat it. So I ate it, popped it, it's chocolate. Okay, it's nothing.
But you knew it was infused with weed?
Yes.
Okay.
But I have no...
It hit you real fast?
Oh my God, like within like 45 minutes to the hour, that's when it really kicked in. She is cracking up and laughing at me because I'm looking at her table. I was like, yo, Tiff, I said, you got a dent in your table. She was falling out laughing like, boy, you high. I said, no, dog. I said, yo, you don't see that dip in your table?
Was it really a dent in it?
To my perception, it was a dent. It was a dip in the table. I was like, man, you don't see that? And it very well could have been. Because, it's not really solid. You know what I'm saying? Just a lot of energy. So I was like, oh man. And so we laid down in our bed. When I tell you, she got scared. And she thought she wanted to call 911. Because I was like, I'm about to die. I said, I'm about to die. And I was like, oh, Mom.
That's when you know it's good. When you say, I'm not never doing this no more, I feel like I'm going to die.
And it was so bad that I could not hold my bodily functions. And so I said, I cannot doo-doo in this woman's bed. And so I ran to the bathroom. I didn't care the door was open, boy. She cracking up laughing. She said, if you would have doo-dooed in my bed, I would not have let that down. She would have told everybody.
You was just so relaxed.
Oh my God. You think I would have learned my lesson? So fast forward 8-9 years later, I was in Denver, Colorado with a friend of mine and
did it again.
Had some edibles and then I smoked. Boy, listen, let me tell you, I was same situation, lost my bodily function. So I was behind this restaurant and it was this tree. I said, can you go get me some toilet paper? Because I can't hold this. So she like kind of laughing. I pulled my pants down and I'm like against the tree about to crap on the tree. And the spirit said, no, you can't do that. Don't do it. I pulled my pants up. He said, you ain't gonna be able to live this down. You know what I'm saying? Because she gonna talk about you. So I heard quite distinctively in the spirit, go take your shoes off and lay in the grass. I promise you, the earth is so powerful. The earth regulated my system. In 5 minutes, I got up and walked away.
And you was good.
I was good. The earth straight regulated my system. And I was like, man.
It balanced you out.
Man, the earth is powerful. Like, but I've never done it again. I said that enough is enough. So I'm good with all of that, Yeah, but a lot of that stuff is not natural anyway, that they create. And I hear people talk about microdosing and like you.
What's microdosing?
With mushrooms, they do.
Okay.
And so they say it takes them on this, opens them up to the spirit realm and take them. I said, well, I can get there without that. I don't need no mind-altering substances to get me to a place where I can get to organically.
Naturally.
Yeah, and we all have that. We can get to it organically. We just have to do the work. And so those are just shortcuts to get us to a place. And it's lazy, actually, because if you do the work, you can get there as well without using those type of mind-altering drugs or chemical. And a lot of times, a lot of these drugs are infused with a lot of chemicals.
With other stuff.
And it's intentional. It's used like a bio weapon. What do they call it? K2 or B2, something like that. Look, Google it.
I heard about so many people having bad experiences with K2.
Yeah. So it's strategically infused in a lot. If these marijuanas and these companies, if they don't have a seed, if they don't come from a seed from the earth, it's no good for you. That's just like alcohol, like moonshine. Moonshine, they created that stuff from the earth. So,
wait, I heard somebody talk about moonshine a couple months ago. What is it again?
Just like corn stuff, to how they produce it, it comes like from the earth primarily. That's why they
And it's mixed with milk or something?
They banned it.
Okay.
They banned. That's why the prohibition, they banned that type moonshine because it was more natural.
Okay.
More earthy. They banned it and made it illegal. Prohibition. Then they came out with alcohol. That's why they call it wine and spirits, because they infused it with witches' concoctions, chemical, to throw you totally off. Anything that's going to deviate you away from the natural.
Your natural state.
Your natural state is what they have created. And so that's why a lot of people drive it under the influence of spirits.
And that's why it's called wine and spirits.
Wine and spirits,
Most of the liquor stores.
Yeah.
Oh, that's terrible. Okay, so I gotta go make me some moonshine.
Hey.
I didn't try it. Like I said, I heard somebody talking about it a couple months ago, and and she was just saying how it was made with some type of alcohol. She said it's made with milk, and she gave the ingredients, but I forgot. But yeah, what about wine?
It are that too. It's still a lot of wines they make is still poisonous.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's not organic.
Still not organic, natural. Yeah. But can you find like organic, natural ones like in stores?
I don't know about stores. I personally, I wouldn't even trust it.
My ex did everything natural and organic, and he was vegan and everything. And it's this website that tells us all the ones that were like vegan friendly. So it was just one that we just always got, but I don't know, because vegan friendly can still have chemicals and other poisons in it.
Yep.
It's just not animal parts. You think we shouldn't take shortcuts at all?
I mean,
my body can't take the shortcuts. It take me so, when I used to do, Lord.
Unless it's imperative. Like if somebody has something they dealing with physically.
Okay.
And they have to have like a bypass or have stuff removed or you know, stuff added, and it's detrimental to their health, then
take the shortcut.
There's a shortcut because it's going to help extend your life. But if you just doing for cosmetics because you don't like, you got mosquito bites as breasts and you're not comfortable in your skin, and you go get cut on and stuff added and tucked and all this, and the digestive system gets split, tummy tucked and all this type of stuff, and you just doing more damage to yourself because.
So you recommend this when people need to get surgeries?
If they have something that's wrong with them, but I wouldn't recommend nobody get surgery and get cut on if they don't have to.
Oh right, yeah. I mean, like of course, not like cosmetic surgery, like BBLs and stuff. I meant like another type of surgery where, like you said, it's detrimental to your health.
Yeah, that's
okay.
That can be unavoidable, you know, when you deal with stuff like that. But people get triple bypass just because they want to lose weight. No, it didn't take you overnight to gain that weight. So but it's all in the program. It's the TV program. Oh, girl, I'm gonna go get my tummy tucked in. Girl, my fat butt. And then guess what? People end up gaining their weight back anyway.
Because you haven't developed the discipline, consistency, and the habits to maintain it. Because even some surgeries, even some cosmetic surgeries, they tell you that you have to lose weight before you get the surgery.
Yeah.
Because they know it's detrimental to your health and they don't want to get sued. But after that surgery, it's all on you.
And that don't even make sense. You think about it. If people lose the weight, that means they can lose the weight without the surgery.
That means you can lose the weight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just another shortcut. Dangerous shortcut. They say most shortcuts are like gonna be some type of hazard to your health.
I know people out here just easy. They just, evil.
Evil.
Whatever they trying to do to get you to come back and cause it an addiction. Yeah, so. Like
you doing the Kama Sutra stuff on a woman so she come back.
Yep.
I'm your drug.
She gonna enjoy herself. She ain't gonna forget it.
Oh my God. Anything else you want to add to like any type of drugs, anything?
Oh no, use
suggestion.
Use responsibly. I would say if you trying to detox from it, you got to stay away from those environments. You can't even connect with people who consume or drink alcohol. Like I can't be intimate with a woman who's drinking or smoking weed because she's opened herself up as a portal, and I don't want nothing that enters through her to be on me. You know what I'm saying? And I've experienced that without intimacy. A friend of mine was drinking, and when I saw her, I was like, who you been around? And I hugged her, and when she left, I was like, what is that? She opened herself up as a portal.
Yeah.
And she said, well, I ain't hugged nobody, you know. And so, but she had 2 strong drinks, and it took her, opened her up. And the next day, it dropped in my spirit. It was her. She brought those spirits around, so I told her.
So even though she didn't hug nobody, whoever she was just around.
Yeah, she opened herself up, and so brought that energy to me. And so I picked it up and I made her aware of it. And so just making her aware so she'd be more conscious of that. And so I do not play when it comes to that. And I hear women, they be like, oh yeah, I drink. Oh, okay. You know, I don't judge them. I'm like, I just know I probably can't connect with you because you probably,
even like occasional, special occasion drinking.
No, I don't do that.
No, not you, but I'm saying a woman.
That ain't got nothing. That's her stuff. You know what I'm saying? But you know how they want to feel good, feel relaxed in the moment, and be intimate. Well, you won't be intimate with me because I'm good. Nope. We gonna go all natural, baby. We gonna go all natural. We gonna throw on some. We ain't gonna put on no boys to men. We gonna put on some bold sounds, some frequency music, and we gonna elevate.
Jodeci?
Nope.
Luther Vandross?
Nope. Because when you know better, you do better. And when you know what can help somebody overall, because it goes beyond just trying to have an orgasm. But when you know who and what you are and the power that you have.
I know this can help you in so many other ways.
This is going to help you in so many other ways. So this is going to be an experience. Even though you thought it was for something else, but it's going to open you up and be like, how come I stopped having a desire to want to drink and smoke and do this and use profanity? Yeah, it's because of that connection. And that's how powerful it is. And it's like when you know you have that type of energy flowing through you and you don't utilize it for good, you know, and that's what I do. And so, yeah, it's a beautiful thing to be in that space, man. We can help change lives on multiple levels. And
what you were saying about like energy and when it comes to drinking and opening yourself up and stuff too, and what people don't understand, like it goes back to like the conversation we was having about sleeping with multiple people, promiscuity, and like the energy sex exchange. Is just like when we was talking about also cheating and everything. And I was talking to somebody, I was telling them before, like man or woman, when you've been around somebody for so long, or not even for so long, some people just got that gift to be able to just, see it. But when your spouse or your boyfriend or girlfriend, when they come, it could be the smallest things when they come through the door, like your wife or your girlfriend, that they do different, where you could be like, I could tell who you've been talking to. I know who you've been around. Okay, I know who you've been sleeping with. I know you've been with, like, you can just sense like small things, like even just how they word they sentences. Like, you don't normally talk like that. You don't normally say stuff in that way. I could tell you've been talking to your mama. Or, I can tell, like, just by your body language, you ain't normally flowing like that,
Yeah.
But that goes back to, like you said, studying and learning your partner. Like, a lot of men, like you said, women are more sneaky and we can keep it back closed and we can be more strategic with it. A lot of men are not really learning and studying a woman like how you said you learn and study your wife. Like, oh, yeah, I know you've been with somebody.
Yeah.
Like,
even not my wife, it could be a woman I was been in just a casual relationship with, intimately, and no strings, no attachments. And I can tell, like this one young lady was intimate when she had went to Florida, and she said, oh yeah, I'm going to Florida, but she didn't know I already knew she was going to see a guy. She didn't know I knew. But I didn't say nothing, that's her life, you know what I'm saying? So when she came back to me, and we were intimate, I told her, I mentioned some type of drink, alcoholic drink, that I knew nothing about and never heard it before. But it was that guy's favorite drink that he drank. Eyes got big, like, man, you scared me. That's what she said. She said, how did you know out of all drinks, you said that drink? And she's never heard of that drink before either. And later on, she told me, she's like, man, like, you was right. Like, his family is all, I said, because I picked up his energy from you.
Okay.
And so...
so what was it, like her words? It was just like her demeanor?
Her energy. Just, I picked up the energy.
Okay.
It was all energy. I picked it up. And this was, what, 9, 10 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, so, you know what I'm saying? So, and I'm definitely on a whole different elevation now than I was 9, 10 years ago.
Men and women, get to know your partner.
Yes, absolutely.
Study them and learn them. We're going back into our little conversation. That's all I got on the weed, LSD, and mushrooms. Any other closing statements?
I have nothing else. That's it for now.
Thank y'all so much for tuning in. See y'all in the next video. Make sure you hit the like button, share, and subscribe for anybody that you know that may be indulgent and may just need some balance or want to learn a little bit more about doing things the more natural way. But yeah, thank y'all for tuning in. See you next time. Mwah.